Right, microphone on, everything on. There we go. Good evening. And yeah, I was almost going to click live, and then I managed to spill my tea, so I had to clean that up for a second. I mean, it's not like makes any difference on how dirty this place is, but you know. Good evening, JR. Right, put that away. Now, while I was looking through my t-shirts for what to wear, I came across this t-shirt, and I don't know if you can already see little bit. Let's see if you can guess nostalgia of this t-shirt. And I was like, that's very appropriate for today. Dungeon Keeper indeed. And this is vintage. This is not like a repro or anything like that. This was bought when I bought the game. I think it was Dungeon Keeper 2 that I bought when I got this t-shirt. Showing my age here, but yeah, I was like, that's very appropriate. It's extremely faded. It used to be black. But I'm pretty sure. I can't read it. It's so faded. But yeah. I was like, perfect, I found it. So yeah. Yeah, I thought I still have the copy somewhere. I can't find them. It could be that they're in a... No. So I pretty much went through all my boxes, because I have 3 vintage, in principle, games that I've put on eBay. I have Ultimate Online. Not, I haven't put the pin anymore, but I still got the map. So it was the big deluxe box with the flip out artwork, the flip box, and the map on the side and everything. I have Asheron's Call. I've put that on. Microsoft game going back to 1999, I think. I think Ultimate Online is 93. And Pagan Ultimate 8. I love the, I used to love the, I don't have the map, but I do have the pin that's on it. So they're on eBay. Especially the Ultimate Online. I can't believe that people are, that's worth around £200, €200. So it's like, alright. I'm not going to do anything with them, it's just going to take space. It's like, just, let go. So I can buy more craft material. I have more stuff. I've been selling Xbox original games and PlayStation 2 games. War for the Overworld. Doesn't ring a bell. That doesn't ring a bell. So, but yeah, anyway. But yeah, that's right. I think there's been between 96 and 98 I was in the army. Was it 95 or 96? I think it was 96. Yeah, between 96 and 98. So beginning of 96 and the end of 98 I was in the army. So I didn't get to play a lot of games in that period. Any games I bought were usually after that, because the whole of 97 I spent it, well, most of the 1997 I spent in what's now Bosnia-Herzegovina, what was then former Yugoslavia, being deployed there. So there was a gap in where I played, and then back in 98, 99 I really started playing a lot of online games again, but I mostly got involved in multiplayer games. I think that's what's always what attracted me more to, hence, the Ultimate Online, the Pagan Online. But those were the ones that really attracted me. Now, I have always maintained playing mostly MMOs. Never World of Warcraft. I'm very with my age, I seem to be one of the very few people that never played World of Warcraft. So, So yeah, so like in 2000 it was Allegiance and Tribes, and then Team Fortress 2. Yeah, I never, so in the very beginning, like before I joined the army and all that, I played a game that was a mod, a multi-user dungeon, or sometimes also called MOOs, MMOs, and they were text-based games. So you literally have a description of a room, and there's exits north and west, and you can type in N or N for north, north or N for north, and you would go to the next room, and then it would describe where you would be. And the one I was in, called Ragnarok, was a very much a game that was designed by players. So there was different wizards that created these worlds, and I had to show you how old it was. You could print out a map, and you can only print that out on one of those plotter printers, the ones with the rolls and the rolls of paper. So yeah. It still exists apparently, or at least I think there's still a server up. And you used telnets to get into it. You had to go, it was a sort of a dial-up program, and you dial into the server via telnet. So it was one of those, things, but it was all text-based. I remember there was Smurf Island, and you could get married. This is where I got the name Hebe from. I will watch that in a bit, because that's a long video. I'll watch that. I'll keep it on my page. So yeah. So and then, we had a meetup. Back in '98, I went all the way from the Netherlands. That was while I was still in the army. To Kansas and Kansas City. People say it doesn't exist, but it does. Because I had to look it up, and people say it doesn't exist, and it does. The city's split in two, that's why. And met up with people from the server. Was mostly American, and was one Finn. There's me as a Dutch girl, and I think there was a Brit as well. So it was. Evo was another Dutch person. So yeah, so it was one of those text-based games, and I think it still exists, but I haven't been in there. I'm in the Facebook group, but that's about it. But that's kind of where my whole multiplayer thing came from. I've never been really good at playing single-player games. My ex used to buy Oblivion for me and Skyrim, and I never played them. I gave them to him because I was like, I don't play this kind of game because I want to play multiplayer. I don't want to play on my own. It doesn't keep my interest. I don't mind watching people do that, but I couldn't play that. So I preferred I played Tribes competitively. I played Unreal Tournament competitively. Quake, not so much competitively because I didn't like Quake on that level that much. Team Fortress 2 had a whole. Doodles, who comes sometimes in the chat, we played Team Fortress 2 as well. Team Fortress 2. Allegiance. So yeah, mostly multiplayer games, or at least multiplayer games, but mostly MMOs, massive multiplayers. I just never seemed to be able to play on my own. It just didn't interest me. But yeah, that's kind of how I got to all the games. And then there was a period in my life where I had a partner that really did not like me being into games, and I kind of stopped playing for a while. And then in 2013, I started playing PlanetSide 2, and that's kind of been my constant game since. Of course, I play other games. I play lots of different games, but I think PlanetSide 2 is the only one that I have a connected group that I'm with. And that's it's it's dying. It's a 12-year-old game, but it's dying because problems with the code, problems with whoever buys it continuously, and it's been sold so many times, and it's in different publishers' hands, and then they all think that they can fix it, and you get a bug fix that causes other bugs, and it's like they're called features now. So yeah, but Planeside 2 is the only one since 2013 that I've kind of played constantly. There's been a period I stopped, so. Yeah, Gears of War. I watched a lot of that, but my ex used to play on Xbox. It was me that introduced him to a PC, and that's when he moved from to other things. But yeah, it's. I've played Overwatch, the first one, that when that very first came out, and then it just became cesspool of dickheads, and I was like, yeah, can't be arsed. So yeah. Anyways, I've been chatting too long. But yeah, I love games. Been building PCs since I was 16, so we're going back a few years. And only because, so my mom used to work for a school of nursing, and that was connected to a university. And then every time because of the work she did, she was one of the first people to get a computer because she did room planning. And she used to work on this massive wall with Legos and whichever was where. And she was one of the first ones to get a computer program that had like Excel spreadsheet type software on there. And then every time her PC was upgraded, because she had that special, she also did keys and all the, everything that was related to logistics. Kind of where I got all my organizational stuff from. And so every time her computer was upgraded, she's like, so my daughter is in university. Can I have the old computer? And that's how I got the computer every time. And then my mom moved jobs and she didn't have that IT guy contact anymore, and I was like, at the 486, I was like, I can't do anything because I need to upgrade it, and that's when I learned how to upgrade PCs. So that's when I built my first Intel computer, and why I never build with Intel anymore. So yeah, I was forced to go out and upgrade my PC and do memory. So I remember upgrading my modem from a 14.4 to a 28.8, double the speed, and that's kilobytes per second. Thank you very much. None of this gigabyte stuff. Kilobyte stuff. Started the computer up and started making some tea, and maybe by the time you came back it was started. Nostalgia. I can't help it. It is the t-shirt I'm wearing. All the nostalgia. So, let me know if you can hear my neighbours in the background, because then I'll close my bloody window. Yeah, this monstrosity. So, I have to be careful, because every time I wear it, I'm knocking into something. So, actually, hang on. I'm trying to keep, you can't, it's so big, you can't even get it into the fucking thing. But you can see, I've been filling the seams. And then sanding, and I've done some more sanding around the edges here for this chin to be a bit more smooth. It's still, this side still needs a bit more, that side's pretty smooth. But yeah, I haven't been able to get this Vita Repulsa image out of my head, but yeah. And the sanding is interesting as well, because it's such a pain in the ass size. So I've been literally like sitting like this going, trying to sand and holding it in a certain way and trying to, move it around so I'm not breaking it. But it's so satisfying to this day. I had to show my teacher this morning, my Polish teacher, because trying to explain. It does work with the Dungeon Keeper t-shirt, doesn't it? But yeah. Now, I'm making sure I don't hit my freaking cameras again. Sit there. Thank you. So one of the things is, so this was the faceplate I was working on last week, and I realized when I put it in, it really is too small. Maybe it's just like a massive gap here. So I have to redo it, and I had to play around with the old one, the one that's flexible, and that one is actually the right kind of size, but probably because it's not as... Is it not as curved? It's similarly curved. 16 bits! Oh my god! Thank you so much for the bits! Your name says it all. Thank you so much! Aww. That's been a while since I had bits come in. I need to have a bits thingy, but we'll work on something. But thank you very much, and welcome to the chat. But yeah, it's freaking massive, and I'm very conscious, you know. I was trying to explain, because I've got Polish lessons, because I don't speak much Polish, and I was trying to explain what I was doing, and it's like, I can't do this. I need a visual. And I showed it to her, and she was like, the hell? I said, well, that's where she's coming from. But one of the problems I have, so what I'm planning on doing to cover the face is to have like a faceplate, like with magnets. The one I was making is, maybe it's because of the sanding that I'm doing, I don't know. But it's too short. And then this one, which doesn't hold, I found out that this low density foam doesn't hold magnets. So, but this one does have the right size here. So I was like wondering, is this just shorter? Yes, it is. Okay, so we know it's shorter. So I was wondering, if I use some 1mm foam, can I try and maybe make this work better? Like, it's more egg-shaped. And the bottom of this one is correct. So we need to make something to figure out how I'm going to do this again. Because I really want to continue. I will be, once this faceplate works and I have the magnets working, and I will have to put some eye holes in it so I can see, because that would be nice. I will have to have a look, and I will continue doing some filling, make it all smooth and everything like that. But because of all the filigree that's on her face, so if I go to the witch's head, all the filigree that she has, I think a lot of it will be covered anyway. You know. So I've been looking at like silicone molds for all the swirlies and try and figure out if I can find some that are the right size. I might buy just a bundle from Temu and see if there's a couple that work. But there's still a lot that I will have to sculpt myself. A little bit like we did with the emblem on my chainsword. So, but yeah, I need to figure this out because I want to have this done so we can switch to starting making the top, and or even start thinking about maybe doing the ruffle or something like that. So, because I want to continue. I need this to be faster than my Scissors of Power cosplay. Because I cannot work on this for 2 years. I want this done hopefully by the end of summer, so that I can take some amazing pictures. And I have to find a place here in Poland where I can take some really like. I need to find some sort of old. Poland is old. There must be some ruins somewhere that I can use, and then ask someone that's really good at photo editing to make everything gloomy. So, but yeah, I need to figure this out. But I do think still that this dome is pretty right. But though it's really weird how that one is less. So yes. So how's everybody been doing? How's this week been so far? So I've been cleaning the inside a little bit. So all the little nil files that I've been using to file the areas. I have a big block as well, but that, you know, to get into the corners, just tiny little. Right, so this was the redone one, wasn't it? And it's just a little bit different. Okay, so yeah, this one is better, so that works. But it needs to be longer. For some reason, I cut off too much. Or it's just not long enough. So yeah, so I need to add some. Okay, so let's play around with this. See if I can get it before I start cutting it. Use a piece of paper or a cup. They will sting because the movement will make them go. As someone that's quite sensitive to bee and wasp stings, I'm always very careful. So let's draw. But good on you to save the little bee. Yeah, because they lose the stinger, don't they? And it needs to be a lot less curved. It needs to be a lot thinner, doesn't it? So how much centimeters do I need to add? 2. It didn't seem to be that much. Hang on a sec. No, it is 2 centimeters. Yeah, that's a good idea. Right. That's pretty well on point there. So if I go with you there. I think one of the reasons I've been making a mistake in is how wide it needs to be. So let's do some cutting on this one. This can be a little bit of a no, that was too much. let's flatten you on the ledge here. How much? Okay. Till there is correct, so right, let's take off a little bit, but not too much, like I did with the other one. Alright. Lesson number 1. Do not do what I do. Cut away from you, but yeah. That is very close to what it needs to be. Okay. Needs to be a little bit wider on this one, so. A little bit bigger doesn't matter that much, but and we've got an ad starting in about 45 seconds, so just in case. You might get one, you might not get one. You never know these days. Or you might get one of the little ones so it's underneath and it doesn't interrupt the stream that much. There we go. So let's see, because it will be under pressure. That fits pretty well. Oh, bloody hell, kids. Shut the fuck up. Sorry if I sound really... But these kids are... Right, so you can go that way. You can go that way. So maybe that's the problem. So it needs to be like this. So maybe that's where I'm going wrong. So I need a... Needs a little bit more there. Okay. So what I'm doing, it's hard to see because it's so hard to show. So I'm trying to, this is the pattern, because this will be slightly curved, because you know, I have a nose that these fit in. But every time I had problems with the area here, as you can see, if I might have to make a little V so that it runs a bit like what I did here on the sides for like this is the side. So it has this so that it curves around. So I have a feeling that that's something I need to do on the mask as well to get it to fit. Because I kept having the problem that it's like should it fit if I just push it in? Because this piece goes here. And this problem, so from the original pattern, there was an area here that I cut off, of course, that's straight. Now I'm wondering, if I should do the same but then with 2 strips. Because in principle what I did was this curve I just added to the other side, but that doesn't work unless let's try. But I also curved it more because I needed to slightly, the helmet was quite straight here and I needed to be more curved here. Not that sharp then. So something like that. So that it curves. Yeah, that might be an idea. So I'm trying to force show you on the other side. So that's, I think that would work. It needs to be a little bit wider because that means now that it's I wonder. This one is too small, but let's try that out. Let's see. Because I'm not going to use this one anyway because it's too short. How much does it need to curve around? That already gives it a lot of... I think we might have a solution here. Because even small chip like that has made it form around more. I should know this with math and all that. I think that might be a solution. Because even that little bit, I mean, the tape is not strong enough to hold it. Just have to Because if you look, I don't know if you can see that on the camera. Am I holding it that way? Ah! Popped again. See how that side with the tape is slightly more curved? It's tiny because I only made a tiny slit. But yeah, you can. I think that might be the solution. Because then this is like kind of the size that fits as well. I mean, again, it needs to be longer, but. I think that might be the solution to some of the issues that I've been having. So I need to add the height, 2 centimeters. Okay, let's try it. Hopefully this is enough. I did grab the big roll, but I have to break open a new roll if I'm going to... Right. So it might just work. Right, at 2 centimeters. A similar direction. Right, let's see if this works. Sharpen the knife before I do anything. Now, yeah, can this just about fit potentially? Oh yeah, and damn it. Go up 2 centimeters. Okay. Just enough. God damn it. That was terrible. That's about right. Right. Oh no, I didn't turn it around. Damn it. Now it shouldn't matter that much. Right, so if I put this way around, put this way around. Hopefully, that's. And then, why does it look like this is so much bigger? That's so weird. Now, well, we'll fix that. Yeah, that lines up. Take out the glue. Right. Let's put the glue on. So I really want this to be done so we can move on to the next step. Can you lean against? Guess you can only lean against that. Okay. That's a little bit better. Yes, put the mark there so I know this is the right side. Right. Well, that'll stand for a bit. Stay. And then we'll have to figure out how to like make a little slit like I did here. And bend them around once it's glued. But yeah, there's lots of sanding I've done. A little filling. Tried to make the points. I have to be so careful with those points. Because even when I was trying on the helmet, I literally been banging into things. Or like when I was trying to sand and hold it, it's like, nah, the point's banging against the wall. It's like, it's so hard to keep it in one place. But I do prefer. I mean, this is the stuff I bought. It's the craft filler from Polyprops, and I must say I really like it compared to using foam clay to fill holes. I mean, I would still use foam clay to fill up larger pieces, but like for the edges, this is like using caulk for your walls. So it's a lot easier. Although I've been finding, I've been using a little brush to brush all the sanding stuff off. I did heat seal it as well already. I'm gonna have to smooth out that side a little bit more. It's where the point ends to the bottom here. There's still a little bit of edging. I have to smooth that a little bit, but again, it's going to be covered with things. Another thing is I need to figure out what I'm going to do for the back, how I'm going to decide what's going to be on the back and the front. Am I just going to copy what's on the front? I think that's the only way, because we don't have a picture of the back, but we know that it's going to go all the way around. So. Yeah, I'll be doing some more tracing, and then like I did the emblem on my chainsaw, I'll be using some drawings on the parchment paper and start building from that, and then let that dry because it does shrink from clay, and then place it and see where I want to place everything. So, but yeah, I mean, we're not gonna. Another ad starting in about a minute, but we're not gonna I just wish there's a way to make one thing. I did buy silicone stuff, so it's 2-part silicone to make molds. So I'm wondering if I should make something that's good enough and detailed enough and has the right thing, like the goat's face or the big flower there's multiple, is to make one then make a mold from silicon and then use the molds to make the rest? Because I think that would speed up things so much more than having to sculpt every single thing. That's why I've been looking at. There's silicon molds for like Baroque molding. And it has a lot of the same swirls and leaves and stuff like that. So, you know, that's kind of where the idea came from. So I think, because once, well then again, I need to make it bigger because it shrinks. I know, because when it, because if I make them, and the mold has to be slightly bigger because it shrinks. So when I make the mold of the one that shrunk, it will shrink even further. So I need to make the initial one where I make the molds from a small percentage bigger. I need to measure how much my skull shrank from the original, because that will give me an idea how much bigger I have to make the original, so that when it shrank and I'm making a mold out of it, that's the size, if I make it out of foam clay in the mold, that when it shrinks, that it's the right size. God damn! Brain breaking this. But yeah, I think that's the way to make multiple pieces and then start doing it. I was watching Boxtara, who's doing the Atelier Witch as well, in conjunction with French Crusade. So, and she's doing it very differently, but she's got a laser cutter and I don't have a laser cutter. My poor little silhouette has trouble with the 1mm foam. Yeah, I think something like that I need to do for some of the repeating patterns. I mean that ankle in the middle of her chest piece. I'll have to sculpt that in one, and just not sculpt one on the back. Just sculpt one. Alright, everybody that was in ad break, I apologize. So, but yeah, I've been just thinking about how to repeat pattern this, and thinking about using the silicon that I have to make silicon molds, and that I have to make them bigger because foam clay shrinks. So I'll have to think about that. Unless I use less. I will have to do, because I'm going to go and order these Baroque molds and then have a play with the foam clay, because when I made the emblem I used a lot of water, and that's maybe why it shrank so much. So I'll have to do some testing. We'll have a test stream and go and have a look at that, but not until we work on the chest armor. When we start working on the chest armor, we'll start looking into doing these kind of things. So, now one of the things I'm waiting on, it's still shiny, isn't it? Yes, I'll wait a little longer. Still slightly shiny. Try and keep it clean. Oh, my cat's going to enjoy all the pieces of foam that are on the floor. I need to make sure I clean them all up before I go chill. So I just want to put them together. Can you just hurry up, Phil? Can I just waft them around? The camera can't keep up. So I just go for it. Especially since, oh fuck, I already got wrong. Damn it. There's gonna be so much power on that. I mean, any holes we can fill. Yes, that was a double entendre. Where's Henrik when you need him? Maybe I should have heated him up a little so that it bends a little easier. Feels like it's got more curves. It does. Right, give me. Ugh. Sorry, some noise. That's a little bit better. Right. That's so rotten. Why are you not? I need you to be more this way. Thank you. I mean, it's 10mm foam. I can take off quite a bit before I hit any structural integrities. You'd think by now. All right. That was terrible. Let's see if I can do that a little bit better with a second layer. Go back. Go down. Thank you. Because now we have to figure out as well where I'm going to put this little slit that I've put here. It's underneath the eye. This is probably the lengthening that I did that didn't work out. I'm fucking about with it too much, haven't I? Alright, let's see if I can... Let's hold it. Kinetic thrower. Come. Stick together. Right, so can we please just work? 'Cause I'm fed up trying this. Right. Let's do you like this for now. Alright, let's see if that works. Leave that to dry while we work out how we can do all the other things. Right. At least the length is fine now. Yeah. Now, with that, damn it, stay there. Might still not fully reach that, but it does on the other side. So why is this? It's like your face. Both sides are not the same. Let's try what I did here. Tiny bit out. Let's see if that worked. If not, I have to get the new roll out. Or maybe I have to make it bigger. It's still not curved enough. Right. And this is just one of those things where you just have to work slowly and see what works and what doesn't work. Otherwise, I need to really rethink this. Because the power of the magnets is not going to force this that much around. Still not folding the way I want it. I'm wondering if I need to make more. More of a space. I thought it was very quiet when you weren't here. Right. Make a bigger hole. Can I curve it around better now? So I had an idea of like putting a slit through so that it actually curves more instead of trying to force it to go that way. And at the moment, it's getting to that shape. Still doesn't feel like it makes a difference. Oh no, I can see the difference now. Okay. It still sticks out so much, as you can see here. Yeah, if I'm using magnets, if there's too much power on it, then it's not going to stay. And I also noticed, this side, is it fine? That side is fine, so that's so weird. Maybe this needs to just be shorter. Yeah, so I mean, I made a cut here and I formed it around it. It doesn't make it more, but still doesn't. Trying something else, because what else can I do? Experimenting. May have a solution here. This may be the solution. Okay. These are literally just me eyeballing shit. Hey, Henrik! Well, I gave you a cryptic clue when I messaged you, didn't I? gave you a cryptic clue about the t-shirt I'm wearing. Recognize this? I thought it was very appropriate with the current horns that we're working on. You don't recognize it? You don't know Dungeon Keeper? Henrik, I'm disappointed. JR got it. Great game. Long time ago. So I was showing how I've done a lot of filling and sanding on the edges. So you can see how I've been working on the filling all the seams. And at the moment I'm trying to figure out how to get this to fit. So in the end, what I've started doing, well, here's my example, is putting slits in and putting them together so that it forms around more, because it just doesn't work with just trying to form it with heat and stuff like that. So, and then I thought, still doesn't work, so I've started making some more. So I now made one on the top, and I'm working on making one at the bottom and see if I can slowly get this. Now there's too much force on it to push out, and the magnets are strong, but they're only, they're not super strong. So trying this, I'm not gluing it in yet because I might make them still bigger. So I'm just thinking about circle and how to do circles and stuff like that. So you can see now, see how much more curved that side is compared to that pancake flatness. So that actually is now starting to curve around. Yeah, that is the thing. So at the moment I'm thinking if this works, then yeah, I can do that. I'm just hoping that the shape I cut, that still works. It's still not. Well, hopefully at the moment it's still not. Might be too protruding, if that's a word. So I have to be careful because I keep knocking on things last week. So it's getting there, but sorry, that light is just not. You can see there's still quite a gap, but the bottom starts fitting. But yeah, I have a feeling now that it's starting to become too round at the front because it's quite flat. So it's quite flattened. So now it becomes like a big. Well, it's only this curve that I need to, the middle curve, that needs to, like, you can see here, that's a lot more pronounced now that I did those side cuts. So even that way, you can see how much more curved this part is because I'm pushing it in. God, I hate this. Because the only other thing I can think of is to, what I could try. So this is the original pattern. This is the original side that's here. So it's here on this side. Let me remove this. So this is the original side. So that one came to around here. And I've made it longer. And this was originally, that would have been coming from this seam here to there. Oh, actually lower, from here. So if I show it on this front. So originally it was a strip that went down, 2 strips. So I cut it off, and so you can see here, there's a kind of a space here where I cut out from the original and made it bigger. Now, the only thing I can think is wondering is trying to have like a strip. So like if I grab this, and then have that strip here, because that is, you can see, curved. Because there's a distance between them. Yeah, exactly. Instead of having the whole split in the middle. But I'm also pretty sure that I curved this. So this is the paper is the one that I made. It's also more curved than the original. So make less of a curve. God damn it, I feel like I'm wasting my time. Yeah, because I remember when I tweaked the original pattern that uh, it was very straight up front, and I wanted it to be more curved, so I changed a lot there. I think I'm gonna try something with this. Right. A whole new roll of 2 meters. At least I think I've bought 2 meters. Could be 1 meter. Don't want to unfold the whole roll, so I'm just doing careful cuts. Alright. Let's see if this works. And the other side. Where was that mark? There. Okay. Pirate orcs? Oh man, you can have so much. The amount of yar, but differently. There's a 40mm. Alright, there's a very tall. I can't remember how much. I think it's 40. Bust. Oh no, actually, statue of the artillery witch that has a lot more details than the minis. It's not associated. But it's a larger miniature from this artillery witch, and it's got a lot more detail on the miniature than it's the small ones. I've been tempted, but I just don't have time. When am I gonna do that? Damn it. Just the amount of puns you can make with pirate orcs. Just, I mean, even Rogue Hobbies printed her own Trench Crusade miniatures out. Don't know which one she chose, but right, let's try this. So I have an idea. So I've got these with little cutouts, and the cutouts to put them on an angle, a bit like what I did here, because they're so sharp. So yes, sharp angles. Ow. The glue is getting thick. I need to figure out if I can thin this. This one. Right. Again. Let this dry. Remind everyone, hydrate. I got some pieces that I can fit this on. That's a different hydrate. Well, I was very tempted today to buy some cider. Would cider count as your 5 a day? There's a question I hadn't thought about. don't want to cut this in a way. I might just have to. I mean, it's got fruit. It's fermented, but... Well, yeah. But I don't think wine counts as your one a day. I need to figure that out. Waiting. I hate waiting! But it's one of those things that you have to do when you're doing this. See, I made so many now. Like, there's a 5mm one. I wish I could use that, but my magnets are 6mm. Because that feels like it fits. And it would work. Look. That one's perfect. Well, almost perfect. If this doesn't work, I might have to think about using that 5mm foam one. Just have to think how I'm going to do the magnets. Yeah, I know. I can see through this one. Yeah, I'm trying this different one. This one doesn't. So this was from the original pattern. It doesn't have such a sharp one. I mean, I can get some 4x4s. I mean, these are 9x. Sorry, these are 6x4s. And these are 5x2s. Don't have many left. Also, it will be a lot less warm to have a thinner mask in front of me. Yeah, you've got metal stuff. But yeah, that really does almost fit perfectly. I mean, look on the side. Because none of that you're going to see because of the filigree that's going to go around. After all the work I've done, I'm considering using the very first faceplate I made. thing is, like, as well, it's like because the foam is thicker, it's a lot harder to work. But you can see. Alright, is this dry enough for me to? No. Try this. This is my last thing. Otherwise, I'm gonna give up. Order some 4x4s or something like that, and because 4x4s and 6x4s, that should be. I just might have to put more in. Instead of putting 4 magnets in, put 6 magnets in, or maybe 8. I don't care. But that literally, there's a little bit on the bottom here that is not connecting. It's still miles better than any of the 10mm ones that I've made. No. I was thinking like, no. So how many? I only got like 4 left of those. At least I think so. At least the ones that I've got here. Unless I've got them. Oh, actually. No, they're the very small ones. Yeah, they're the 2x2s. And they're the squares. I've got 2 more here. It attracts all the freaking stuff. They need to be doubled up because the 2x2, the 5x2s are not strong enough. Is that the right size? Is that smaller? No, they're smaller. Yeah, they're the 2x2s. They're not strong enough at all. You getting there? I have to order some more magnets. I thought I was done ordering magnets, but no. I'm gonna try this. This will be too long because I've made the chin part and the original map pattern didn't have a chin part on it. I know. But usually my order, the postage is more than the order of the magnets. Oh, the puns! Also, add in 10 well, less than 10 seconds. So if you get an ad, apologise. We'll be on the other side. I won't be doing any major things. You and Chappie together with your freaking dead puns. They literally like bouncing puns of each other. See, this had the same problem. Yeah. See, this one doesn't. And it's hot. Right, I need to mark underneath where this finishes. Yeah, everybody's back. Good. Oh, hang on. You stay there. Alright, let's try. Right. Oh yeah, I figured. So maybe try this. Okay, so. Okay. So much stuff. If you forgot to proofread, hit that chat. Alright, you go sit here for a second. Where does that piece go? Right here. It's not all the way around yet, but. Alright, have to wait again. It's 2 hours and I feel like I've done nothing yet, but realize it's just not working. This always takes a little bit. See, if I use my mobile phone, which is set to English, and I try and write a message to my aunt. Exactly. If I try and write a message in Dutch to my aunt, it comes out as gibberish, because even if I fix sometimes it still changes the words, even though I tell them no, that's not the word. I mean ik and not UK. So I have to write messages on my computer to her, because that's the only way I can actually get my spelling correct. So, but it's so funny, but it's quickly becoming my enemy. It also tries certain words. It tries to capitalize because it thinks it's a name, but it's not. Cold tea, that's it. That one's still a bit shiny. I don't think Henrik's got an excuse, because he's using computer, doesn't he? The chat. Oh. If this doesn't really work, then I think I am going to use this 5mm foam face mask. The only thing I still have to figure out is being able to take the mask off. I need to have some sort of handle. I mean, an eye hole would work, but I need it to be a little bit less visible. Can't have those eye holes. So. Yeah. Can't believe how well that 5mm foam fits compared to everything else. Yeah. Yeah, it's like moving it this way. Yeah, because that's easier with magnets anyway. Thing is, I have to be watchful, mindful of how the filigree is going to sit, because I have to hide all those seams. So there will be areas where I have literally just going to use foam clay to make like a gradient, so that it goes over. Can I connect this? Let's see. Does that curve enough? No, that doesn't curve at all. it curves, but not to this. I mean, I still don't think that the amount of power it needs to go close is gonna work. And that's why I think I'm going to opt for the thinner one. Yeah, because even this, so turn it around. So you can see how much of a gap, and trying to move it around, it's not going to work. So I just think with 10mm foam it's just not possible to get this curving the way I need it to curve for the face mask. I have to make sure that I don't do any damage. I think after all the work that I've been doing, all the different versions that I've got now, I mean, that just works. I mean, it's gonna. It sits perfectly in. It's got perfect shape. And because it's thinner foam, it will pull. So the magnet will pull it without issue. There's a bit more of a gap here, but I can always create another one because this one's shape is it's good. There's a bit of a gap. God damn it, my words. On this side. Here. You can see a tiny bit of a gap. But other than that, it pretty much Yeah, so it's a bit hard to see black on black, but this is the only place where it's a little bit gappy. After 2 hours of trying to fix and find a solution, I literally grabbed like to show the first one. Yeah, I can use even some foam clay or something like that, or even I've got filler. But I think that's going to have to be the solution. I don't think, because of the thickness and the stiffness of the foam, that 10 millimeters is going to work. The only other thing I can look at is if 7mm works. Because 7mm works, I can use 6mm magnets. The only question is, will magnets work on the 7mm foam? Because I don't feel it. I'm not sure about that one. Yeah. I just wanted to be able to think Tony Stark. So let me see. Do I have any offcuts of 7mm foam? Because otherwise I have to drag this big piece out. Let me quickly go behind my green screen. Well, what I was hoping to do is to have them actually to have the magnets. You know how I did the magnets in here in the chin part. That's how I wanted the magnets to be in here. So I want to like literally on the edges to put them in there, and then put magnets on the edges here, so that they just go here like they fit. Like in here, like I've got a magnet in there on the edge and a magnet in this edge here, and then they just go sit there so that they literally pull it in. That was my original idea. So I had to grab my ruler to make sure I grabbed the 7mm foam. Anybody recognize this? If you can see it, because this was one of my first tries on my chin armor. And that's 7mm foam because I made them out of, yes. So I made them out of 5mm foam now. So now I'm pretty sure this is low density foam, so I will have to do a test. Before I do anything, I need to do a magnet test, make sure the magnets fit in it. Just make sure that I've got enough. Yeah. And of course I do have the bit here, but I haven't got my Dremel, do I? Because I've been outside dremeling. Because it was actually quite nice weather. Right, 2 seconds. Well, rotary tool because it's not a Dremel. Negatron! Hello! Oh, cool, you're all safe and sound. Yeah, I bet you're exhausted. H-test. Recognize this? Oh. I saw it and I thought, that's perfect. Should be right. I thought with the horns that we're working on the, I thought these were like, and it's an original. I bought it when I got it when I bought the game, though at least the second one I think. Right. A little bit of noise. Ah! Okay. I can't remember. It's been far too long. And that reminded me, I have put gloves on my... I tried to buy gloves at the supermarket because they do have Nightfall gloves there these days. They only have large. Large doesn't fit me. I have small hands. Yeah, it's been far too long. Right. Gimme, no, don't fall over. I need to hook you somewhere. Ah. I only need one. Because this is low density foam, although this is low density foam from the cosplay shop in Belgium. So hopefully, don't know where I got the 10mm foam from. So I did buy some new super glue. Or extra super glue, I should say. Well, let's hold this and make sure that that's fully glued in. Oh, ad start! Sorry, ads! Completely forgot to say. If you don't get ads, you know, feel free to say, yay, no ads, but you might have ads. And those of you who are on YouTube, you're like, ads? You still could probably get ads, I don't know. I'm not monetized on YouTube. Yeah, but you're a subscriber and a VIP, so you don't get ads. Right. Does this feel like it's stuck inside? So we test it. Did you not get any ads, Henrik? Your gift subscription expired. And that's the wrong side. Will you pull out? Yep, you do. Yeah. I guess the 7mm might not be the solution. It must be that low density foam. You got a 1-minute ad. You can't hear me now, probably. So it's funny how it does on one, but not on the other. So why are you... Oh, there's no foam there. That's maybe why you didn't stick? So let's try something. No, you should be back now, Henrik. Exponentially, the US and the UK probably get more ads because I think a lot of the advertisers aim for different markets, and the UK and the US are the biggest English speaking markets. Because I noticed since I moved to Poland, I got a lot less ads. Because, especially like for a market like Poland, you have to have translated the ads because they're going from the assumption that you don't speak English. Which is really weird when you're watching certain advertising. When I watch YouTube, when it's very obvious that these are dubbed, so the people are not actually speaking these languages. Some of them do. Some of them are with Polish people and Polish speech, but some of them are like dubbed, and it's really weird watching that. Or like a random, like the slogan is in English, but the rest of the ad is in Polish. Like, yeah, I remember that. I think it's been a while. So, have you fully secured now? So let me try again. Nah, you pull out. Yeah, so that's not working. Again, it's like the glue's not drying on this. So the 7mm foam I have is not hard density foam, so it's a no-go. So I can take this off. So I think we have to use this one. I mean, I can literally fill this a little bit with EVA foam and it will... Can't believe the amount of faceplates I've made, and then to find that the very first one I made fits perfectly, even though I've changed things to the design. Now, I just remember, I mean, I moved to Poland in 2017. Well, this is, I know the magnets works, like, the bottom works. They're like... Now, is this, I think this, this might be not hard EVA foam, high density. God damn it. Where's the old mask? Where did I throw that? It's like my light wants to join into the metal. Giving flashlights. Because I just wanted to use magnets because I thought that would be the easiest. But now I'm wondering if there's another solution. Yeah, another thing I was just thinking, I could glue a dowel of, you know, EVA foam, the 10 mil, just have like a ridge here where I could put the magnets in. Or there's Velcro. Because you've got these big goats, Green Man, devil faces here. So they're like here. To have some Velcro on the outside and then have parts of it like folding over onto that. I'm not sure though how well it would hold. But Velcro should hold. Just have because I have to think about if I do anything on the inside, it's going to sit close to my face. It's going to say because boobs. Psycho sticks. Here you go. Enjoy the music for a second. Oh, that might be a bit too much. Well, I think you can enjoy the Because Boobs song. Henrik, it's your song. God. Anybody on YouTube will not hear the music and just sees me giggling, talking about boobs and not know which song. Oh my God. How are we gonna solve this? Uh, oh God. God. I can't help it. That was funny. I agree. Boobs are great. So one of the things I'm thinking that I can do is, especially on the top, I can put on the inside of the helmet some Velcro, the soft side, and on here take a piece of cloth, glue that in, and then have the Velcro on the other side. So it literally, when I to put it in, because one of the things that I'm thinking is to make sure that it's completely stuck, and so I can, like, before I put it on, I can literally attach the Velcro there and then put it in. But there's no way for me to put the Velcro on any other way. So there needs to be something with magnets, and that's one of the reasons why I was like... So I have one point that I can click in and attach, and then put the rest in. But if I put the magnets on this edge here, I can cut out. Oh, D-Kitty! Hello, thank you so much for the raid. Hello, everybody. What have you been working on, Kitty? So, everybody, welcome to the stream. If you do not know who I am, I'm Hebe. I could say welcome to the asylum. And I really, one day, will code this so that it works when somebody comes in. I am working. Oh, I have heard about that, but I haven't played it. Ah, So I'm working on this gigantic, big, freaking headgear, helmet, head covering, and it's doing all right. We just have some problems with the face plate, as I call it. Oh, cool! Yeah. When I raided you, were you working on that? My memory is terrible. I have to apologize. I blame it on the menopause and all that malarkey that's happening. So, but yeah, that's the massive one that I'm working on. Now, oh, thank you for the follow. I always get lost when I say it. So the problem we have at the moment, I am terrible. I also follow and see so many people as well. So this is the faceplate. Now I've made a few different ones, and none of them worked. These are all 10mm foam, and they just too stiff. Thank you so much for the follow, Market. So I was like jokingly saying, well, this is the first one I made because I first started out with the helmet in 5mm foam and that didn't work out. But this is a 5mm foam faceplate, and actually that fits absolutely perfect. And because it's thin, it actually moves. However, this is low density EVA foam. Magnets do not work in low density EVA foam. So we've been discussing how we're going to attach this. Because this, so I've got magnets already in there. You can laugh. Oh, it is a lot of work. And it's got magnets. I'm so happy about these. Plonk. And now I look like Rita Repulsa. Oh, that's the fucking shelf. I need warning lights on the tops. I need warning lights on the tops so the planes don't hit me. And I'll be making a head cover so that my head is not visible. Vision is going to be a challenge in this as well. So I'll show you. You only see the... I don't know if anybody knows about the Trench Crusade, but at the moment you can only see the head. That's what we're working on. But this is the full costume. So, yes, I am going to make the bomb. Absolutely, I am going to make that bomb. And for now, the plan is to at least have the... So there's a symbol inside on the bomb. Is to have... So I've been watching all the... So this is from a tabletop game. I do Sisters of Battle cosplay from Warhammer 40k. And I'm doing the Atelier Witch from Trench Crusade. I kind of have the thing for tabletop figures. It's just one of those things. So I've watched a lot of the people, the miniature painters, and they all make that symbol glowing. So I have decided already that I'm going to put LED lights inside and make it, you know, light up and have it like it's... So she's from hell. So she's literally plucking bombs, hell bombs, from hell and then throws them. And that's kind of her type. So I have a lot of grey, dark grey wool type fabrics. I have patterned out a 1/3 circle skirt, and I've made similar for the cape, and the little cape over the top is slightly bigger. It's a half a circle, I think. I can't remember what I did, but I have the patterns. We're going to work on that soon. But also, since for one of my projects for my sister's battle, I want to use smoke, and I was thinking, wouldn't it be cool? Because I don't know yet. So the plan is maybe, potentially, we can put a helium balloon inside. So we have to make it as light as possible, and to put a large helium, because that's about 1.5 meters. To put a helium balloon inside and see if we can get it to float, so that it literally, I just have a little piece of fishing line between my finger and the bomb, and it literally floats. If I can't get that done, I will be using acrylic rod, like most people do with floating things. No problem. And one of the things I'm thinking of doing is then, if I have an acrylic rod, is to, so Camus Cosplay has a guide about how to make a smoke machine out of a vape, and I was thinking of doing that so that when, from my hand, so somewhere here where my sleeve finishes, to have smoke pouring out and around. But yeah, we're finishing the helmet. Then we're going to do some sewing, because I need to do some sewing to get away from foam work. And then we'll come back to the chest armor and then the hip armor and the bomb. Because, yeah, I saw this image and I was like, yes, please. Why am I doing this to myself? I have no idea. I really have no idea why I do this to myself. But, yeah. But, so, one of the things we were discussing is how to get this. So, because what I wanted to do is to have. Can you concentrate, camera? Hello? Why am I? Thank you. That's what I am. Yeah. I seem to not do the simple stuff. So one of the things I wanted to do was have this face mask literally like stick in with magnets. But this is low density EVA foam and magnets just don't stick in it. But also this is 5mm and this is 10mm. So at the moment I'm thinking, because if I put the magnets on this edge here, just to have like a little block of EVA foam, just cut out a piece, have a block and put the magnets in there. So I think that would work. Yeah, I only got one eye at the moment, but I'll have to. It's got a lot of filigree. Oh yeah, it's got a lot of filigree and details on it, so this eye hole will be hidden through that. But yeah, I do need to see something. But I was thinking of maybe putting a block here so that it's I don't think I'm logged into my Instagram here, am I? Yeah, I'm not logged in. God damn it. That takes me too long to do. Oh, and also, sorry, there's an ad coming potentially in about 50 seconds. So if you do get an ad, I apologize. You might not get one. You never know. But yeah. So one of the things I was thinking is put some Velcro inside the helmet and a little piece of cloth with the Velcro on this side so that I can literally hang it in and then have magnets come in. So I'm not having to worry that it actually flies off because the Velcro will keep it at least stuck to there. Oh, I have so limited views through that eye hole. Then again, I'm planning on doing Ship Mrs. Brown some Dark Tide as well, and she's got one eye completely gone, so that's your depth perception. Depth perception is gone completely. But yeah, I do think if I just I need enough so I can put. I have a few magnets. Got a couple of magnets. So make sure that it's big enough to fit. So that's the inside. That's not what I wanted, but you can sit there for a second. So if you go in there. I'm sure you have your own little stack. So if I... Right, let's test something out. Henrik, have you got Amazon Prime? Henrik, if you have it. Or someone you know has it and doesn't use their Twitch. Right. Noisy noise for a sec. Ah, my alarm's going off on the other side. It means I have to feed my gecko. I have some time for a second. She can't see the time. She doesn't have a watch. Right. Gloves. Because we're not playing with super glue and gloves. Ah. Right. Yeah. God damn it. Come on. There you go. Right. And put a little bit of glue there. Put it closed because we all know how I am. Right. Let's give that 10 seconds. It's supposed to be 10 seconds. Watch me have glue my gloves to this, but you know. You know 10 seconds are long when you think about it. Ah, see? Told ya. Let you dry for a second. I'm thinking that doesn't work because yes. Because but if I cut that piece out and then glue that in, that would work. Look, so this was suddenly my idea when I was thinking about it. Yeah, I can imagine. So this is a piece of my 10mm high density foam. Did my magnet just not glue in? Don't tell me I've got problems again. That sure is high density foam, right? Yeah. Why did you not glue in? You fucker. Ah! See? Took me a little longer, but... Yeah, I need to log into my Instagram, but I have doubts about my passwords, and I'm logged into my other computer. This one's not seeming to dry. Did I just grab the wrong fucking offcut? Could be. But yeah, so I'll have to figure out. But yeah, so I need to cut out from here to make the little... yeah, they don't... Which in a way, you know, is kind of a protection. I will have to cut out like a square here so that it fits in there. So it fits literally there instead of... Because otherwise it's too thick because that's 10mm. This is 10mm. And again, it's going to be covered up anyway. So any... But I think that might be the solution. To make little blocks like this. Don't know why this is not working. Did I grab the wrong fucking... No. This has lines. Yes, battery low. That one doesn't seem to dry. That's weird. Why you do this to me, battery? Anyways. Right, yeah. So what I'm thinking is like I need to cut out little squares where I'm going to put them. And why this fucking battery? Don't ask me. For some reason I keep calling magnets batteries. I don't know. But then have have them like a cutout there. So that they're also 10mm, so that they work just there. But they're in... Oh, actually, they should be like this, shouldn't they? Yes. With the magnet to the outside. Like that. I think that will be the solution. Because I don't know what... Maybe I use too much. I think that's my problem sometimes. I use too much glue. And then it just takes forever to dry. I'll let this dry and then that will happen. Anyways, we have a plan of attack. I can't believe that the first mask I used is the one that works. So I'm wondering if I'm going to like put the Velcro strip there. I think that would work. And then have magnets there. There. So here. The side. And then 2 here. Nearer to the bottom. So that's 6 magnets in total. I think that should hold it. Together with the Velcro that holds the top in. Especially with how powerful this 2 magnets together are. Yeah, I think that's the solution. Are you stuck in now? Are you still fall out? Are you glued in? Thank you. Finally. Guess we'll have to wait a little longer than normal. So yeah, but they need to go like this. But then I need to put them in here. So like here. Yeah, I think that's the solution. I'll have to make some better squares because that square's pretty terrible because I just literally cut it. But I literally just have like I think magnets here and then on the other side there and then one in the middle and then one here I think. Yeah, I think that's the solution. So I'll be making those holes, putting the magnets in and let them dry. And then put the little blocks. Yeah, because nothing needs to be there, so it needs to be holding there, there and there. And then with the extra security of the Velcro, I know for always that it's not going to fall off because the Velcro will hold it against. And I can just literally go like attach it and then close it. Right. Just making sure that this one is fully in. Give me magnet. That's the wrong side. Nope. Because it's really hard to get them off. Okay. Right. Solution found. I have a feeling that maybe these magnets might be too strong. No, because those are good, but they're not. Like I can easily pull them apart. Okay, okay. Right. Stop faffing about. Ta-da! Right. Now, there's not much I can do at the moment. So I want to let these magnets dry. Because it still feels like these are... Yeah, see, I pull it out again. One side is glued in, the other side is not, for some reason. I might have to do the plug thing that you thought about. Put a bit of 2mm foam on top. I will play with this. You go there for a sec. However, I have come to a point where I'm like, right, I need to stop. Because it feels shit again, because it's like it's been 3 hours of me trying things and then nothing working. But we got a little bit further. Right, let's see. If there's anybody else, because she raided me and I was like, but who am I going to raid? Anybody I'm following. Nobody that's cosplaying. And yes, I know a battery is low. That's why we're going. Yes. Yes. Can we check? Any cosplayers? Doesn't look like it. Sometimes people I really wish you'd tell me what you're doing. Saying that you're streaming, that doesn't say much. God damn it. There is at least a lot of people streaming at the moment. That's French. This doesn't help. A lot of French speakers. Maybe Canadians? Canadians, they're awake now. One day I'll have a 3D printer. Probably won't stream it, but yeah, one day. wig styling. Oh, that might be interesting. Ah, I've lost it. Damn it! Come back. No! Why did it jump? God damn it! Hang on, she had a... No! God damn it! I'm sure she had cosplay in the tags. It said Canada. Just saying that Canada's one of the people that's awake. But... where did it go? It said wig styling. Did he stop streaming? God damn it. I think she stopped streaming. And that's why it jumped, because she wasn't there anymore. Yeah, she stopped streaming. God damn it! Thank you, Henrik. I don't know. I couldn't. I didn't see your name. I just saw cosplay wig styling, and then my list jumped. I know it said Canada. I think it said Dark H3. Try and find out if it could in Canada, because I know it said Canada on there. I thought it said cosplay as well. No, that's not. I think she stopped streaming, and that's why I can't find her. Yes, I know my battery is low. That's why we're ending the stream. Oh. I'm sure. She's French, isn't she? No. Yes, French. I thought so. Oh, that's a game. Okay. Yeah. I don't think I can find. Go to not makers and crafters. Go to okay, interesting. Make miniatures, isn't it? Do we have any trans crusaders? No, because apparently Wednesdays is Warhammer Wednesday, which is, you know. Because my alarm went off again saying I should feed my gecko. Otherwise, we're just gonna have to stop. Can't find anybody to raid. It's the same thing that I've got every freaking time. I need more people to follow. Space Wolves. Nope. Nope, all warmer. Oh, it's not. So what? Why did it not show up? Come on. Can we copy that? Damn it. Static control copy. Why is it not showing up anymore for me? Yes! That was the one. I see hair, but she's got a heat press. Well, is that cosplay? Somebody else asked me, what is that massive iron? It's a heat press. Assuming she's not doing something on the weight, but I don't know. Anyways, let's do that. You're right, that was the right. And I don't know why she's disappeared off my freaking thing. Anyways, have a good night, everybody. We've done a lot and didn't achieve much, except for the exceptions that the very first mask that I ever made, faceplate, is the one that works. I guess it's a lesson. You know, it's not like I not learned anything. I learned that you can't use 10mm for the faceplate because it's just too stiff. But yeah, so I'm going to raid into someone that says, according to the title, that they're doing a Dragon Age 3 wig styling. They were using a steam press. Not sure if she's decided to do something else than the title. Could happen. But anyways, we're gonna raid. So I need to make my command about raid. But Chappie came up with this one, saying the asylum's been let loose. So if you feel free to put a raid message in, then I'll be running to my other computer so I can hear, because my headset just died, so I can't hear anything at the moment, so I won't be able to hear what you said. So I will see you all tomorrow. No, not tomorrow. Saturday. See you all on Saturday, 4 p.m.